Okay, guys, so mixed ability today. So I'm going to go through like level 1 all the way to some advanced stuff. We're going to mix it up by doing some standing work. That is going to be for the pregnancy variations, but I kind of want everyone to do them today as well, just to make a bit of difference and change things up a little bit. So start in the centre of your mats, guys. Just really relax the body down. Draw those shoulders back and down with those feet squeezed together. I'm just going to float those heels up off the floor, keeping those heels touching, and then gently come down again. We're going to rock the weight back onto our heels, lift your toes up, set the centre, so drawing in that belly button and lifting up through that pelvic floor. Spread the toes, get the little toes on the floor, fourth toe, third toe, second toe and big toe, and then float those heels up again. And let's just try to stay there a little bit longer, a little bit stronger through those heels. If you're completely wobbly, just take the feet a little bit further apart, that's fine. Slowly lower those heels down, all the way slow, stop, and then we'll do it one more time. Rock the weight back, lift the toes. Spread those toes, little toe, fourth, third, second, and first, and then gently again float those heels up, fantastic. Keep the heels lifted, take your hands up to a nice gentle shoulder height. Draw those shoulders back and down. We're going to take those arms really wide and stretch through the front of our chest. Breathe in and out whilst we're there. And as you lower the heels, just bring those hands back at shoulder height. We're going to breathe out to open and lift the heels. Breathe in to lower the heels and close the hands down. All right, let's go through a few rounds of those. Really slow, just starting off posture. Let's lengthen through the back of the neck. Kind of giving you that little bit of a quarter chin. Soft rib cage. So really breathe out at the top, remember, to kind of tuck that rib cage down. So breathing out to open and lift those heels, and breathe in to lower the heels and relax those arms. Two more. Breathing out to open and breathing in to close. So really nice and gentle. Breathing out to open and breathing into close. Fantastic. Let's keep on that nice relax there. Let's go to a bit of a rotation. So I'm just going to turn to show you. Pull that arm back into our bow and arrow stretch. Keep that hip pointing forward and reach forward on the breath in. Breathe out to pull the other arm back and breathe in, reach forward. So we're going to alternate this really gentle arm movement, but I really want to exaggerate that breastbone twist and almost push the hip forward as you turn back. So you're kind of doing a two movement here, just to really extra rotate through that body. Breathe in to reach, breathe out to pull back. So your own pace, your own time. Don't worry if the breath is too much to begin with. We're just on the warm up to go. One more to each side. Breathing out. Again, push that hip forward if you comfortably can. Finish on the side you didn't start on, and then take hands up into that capital Y stretch, bringing ourselves down. Hold it there. Turn the toes out, turn the heels out. We're going to sink into a half knee bend, just halfway, as you open the chest up, keeping the back in neutral, and then squeeze the sit bones to start again. Breathing out and breathing in. Now keep on going. So the reason I want to go really halfway is if you go too far down, to bring those hands up, you're probably going to arch the back. We want to keep that really soft, like the rib cage tucked in, flat lower back. So when we do that nice stretch up, we're not changing that back position. So let's go for a few more of those. Keep on going, guys. Breathing out and breathing in. So shoulders just a little bit tired now, but just starting getting those legs moving. Last one. Get to the top, bring the hands on the hips, but keep going into that knee bend. And this time go a little bit lower. So let the kind of body follow. Keep the neck in line so your gaze will change. So we're looking up as we stand up, and we're looking to about 45 degrees in front of us as we kind of bend into our knee bend. Breathing out and breathing in. We're going to do one more. Breathing out and breathing in, holding it there. We're going to turn the toes out again. Turn the heels out again. And that little quarter turn of those toes. Sinking into a wide knee squat. Hold it there. Just double check now. The arches of your feet are lifted. So really want the inner arches to be quite high off the floor, with the balls of your big toes still pressed down. Beautiful neutral pelvis, and obviously as we sink down, lifting through that pelvic floor. So squeeze the bum cheeks at the top, breathe out and lift the pelvic floor on the way down. And I'm just going to start off moving through this. So like I said, it's mixed stability. So I'm going to put a few extra things in this exercise here, just starting our ball rolling. Okay, so you stop at the level that's right for you. So we're going to bring our hands up to dumb waiter, open and stretch as we lower, and then bring them back to start again. Good, so open, stretch to lower, breathe in to start again. Good, okay, breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. That's, if you want to stay at the level, that's fine. If you want to take it further, hold it at the bottom. Reach across, but don't move the legs. Come back to the center, reach across, but don't move the legs. So the arms stay parallel with the floor. We're just getting a nice little stretch up our waist. One more. Breathing out, breathing in, and then turning the palms up, and then starting again. All right, so again, that's the one we want to stick at. If you want to, reach, center, reach, center, and start again. If you want to take it further, follow on, breathing in. Breathing out to reach, breathing in, drop the hand, extra stretch over, and then we come back to the middle. So it's a reach, then we do this beautiful extra stretch, and then we come back to the middle. Good. Okay, 2 more of those. So reach. We keep the chest and head pointing forward. You know, I'm not leaning forward, dropping my gaze. Just keep it nice and relaxed. Let the neck and the head follow the rest of the body. Turn the palms up. Draw the elbows in, starting again. Okay, good. If you want to, so it's back to that. If you need to, just go just the knees. Let's take it further. Breathing out. Nice. Hands. Don't worry about the breath if it's too much. Last one. Extra reach. Up now. Drop through. Think about our half roll down. Dangly at the bottom. Roll up through the vertebrae. Start again. Just the reach. Just the upper body. Extra stretch. Lift that heel off the floor as well. Flop, floppy, both arms, floppy, floppy, like a monkey, like a gorilla. Roll up. Shoulders, head. 2 more. Reach. Extra lean. Extra stretch. Floppy. Bend the knees, sink to the middle, keep the knees bent as you roll up, stretch, last one, reach. If you want to put the extra in, so really take as much or as little as you want out of this as you want to, curl up, shoulders back, stand up, walk those feet in, well done. Feet hip distance apart, 2 roll downs, chin to chest, shoulders forward, sink through that vertebrae, 1 at a time. Hold the bottom, enjoy that stretch, squeeze the bum, backwards tilt of the pelvis as you roll up, shoulders, then head lift second, breathing in, slow breath out on the way down, slow, take your time, breathe in at the bottom and hold the stretch, breathe out to roll up, shoulders then head. Let's go for 1 more. Breathing in, breathing out, all the way down. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out to stand up. Shoulders and head. Good, fantastic. Okay, we're going to go to our loop bands now. So gently go to it. Gently roll yourself down and come back up again. Good, fantastic. Come back to the center of your mat. I'm going to go sideways to show you what we're doing. We're going to roll ourselves down, or however you are comfortable and safely, pop those feet through the band, and then have them on just above your ankles, okay? So you want to still be hip distance apart. Yeah, no further than that. Hands on the hips. We're going to engage those glutes, moving on from stuff we have probably done before. Soften through the knees. Hinge forward at that hip. So we're keeping the back beautifully flat. Lift that belly button away from the floor, shoulders roll back, pelvic floor lifts. Rock the weight across to one foot. Now stretch and glide the other foot behind you. So already the band is taut, it's being pulled. Keep the knee that's in front of you bent. Keep the back of the neck in line with that foot. Lift that belly button again. Point the toe behind us. All the weight on that front foot. Even holding this position should be a bit of a challenge. Now straighten that back knee and tap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just hold it there. We're going to just do, thinking backwards tilt, just go into a little backwards tilt. So tucking the tailbone under, lift that belly button a little bit further, 10 more, but keep that slight backwards tilt. So you won't go as high. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently stand up. Okay, good, fantastic. Right, other side, other side. Hands on hips, so we're neutral. So we're halfway between our forward and our backwards tilts. Shoulders back, soft knees. Hinge at the hip, set the center. Draw those shoulders back and down. Lock that chin in, lengthen through the back of the neck, and rock the weight across the other foot. Gliding that second leg behind you. Check we're bent on that front knee. And really locked in that thigh. For 10 lifts, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now hands on your hips, yes? Backwards tilt. So tucking the tailbone under, lengthening that sacrum away from the rest of your spine. Engage a bit more through that center. And let's go for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then that gentle stand up. Yes, guys, fantastic. Okay, wiggle that band out. Woo! Flick them off like your knickknacks, and just give yourself a nice little wobble. Okay, fantastic. We're going to do one more little spinal warm-up before we go down to the floor. So it's going to be a standing cat stretch. Nice and simple, okay? Hip distance apart feet. So, cat stretch is we're going to roll our shoulders forward. When hands get to the knees, place the hands on the knees, bend the knees, pull the shoulders back and straighten, arch through that back. Lifting the head just as a forward gaze. So we get a nice little bit of an arch. Good. Chin tuck in, roll the back and stand up. Shoulders lift, head up. And again, chin, shoulders go down. Roll down to hands to knees, then sit back. Lift the shoulders, arch the back. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out. Straighten the knees and stand up. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out through the way down. Hands on knees. Lift. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll. Tuck your tailbone under. Squeeze your bum. Lift. 2 more. Breath in. Neutral pelvis. And then it's a backwards tilt. Hands on knees. Shoulders pull back. Now it's a forwards tilt of your pelvis. Stick your bum in the air. Tuck it under. Roll up. At the top, beautifully neutral. 1 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Hands down. Shoulders back. Forwards tip. Lift the tailbone. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out. Lift. Shoulders back. Beautiful. Face the length of your mat. Roll ourselves down. Hands and knees to the floor and sit ourselves sideways. Okay, so still mixed ability. Sorry, mixed ability, okay guys? Drop ourselves down to elbow. We're going to start off with side bend level 1. Elbow, bottom, and heels All in line, please, okay? Turn the hand out. It's normally about a 10, like a kind of 10 or a 2 o'clock position, but your arm will go where it wants to, that's fine. Lift that underneath the rib cage and bring the heels a little bit closer to the bottom than we would normally do. Long arm on top, shoulders pulled back, really snobby chest. Stay at that center, but focus on the rib lift. That's your key area, please, to work with. So a little level 1 side bend is squeeze the bum, squeeze the inner thighs together, lift the hips, push them forward slightly as the hand comes up to the ceiling. We're going to hold it there for a breath in or about that length of time before we just drop the hips and then lower, keeping the chest wide and the ribs up. Okay, breathing in. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, down. Keep the chest lifted, breathe in. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, down. Breathe in, reset. 2 more. Just focus on wrapping. Really try to imagine you've got a corset on. Draw those abdominal muscles in, kind of wrapping around and really drawing that waist in, working into that corset. Down. That's number 5. Okay, if you want to, just keep on going with the lift and lower. Everyone else, put some clams in on the next one. So breathe in, lift the ribs, set the center. Breathe out, up we go, hold. Heels stay together, knee lifts and lowers. 10, 9, 8, keep everything relaxed. 7, draw a tummy in. 6, hips stacked on top of the other. Don't twist and turn that pelvis. 2, I think, and 1, and gently down. Put the hand on and just sit up. Just let that neck rest off, shoulders rest off. We're going to go into the second side, straight in. So swip those legs around slowly. There's a bump in the way. Elbow back down again. So again, line ourselves up always. Elbow, bottom, feet, and then tuck the heels in a little bit closer. Lift that shoulder, the ribs up, pull those shoulders back. Arm long, squeeze the knees together, breathing in, breathing out, lift, just to push the hip forward a couple of inches, nothing too dramatic, and then down on the next breath in, 4 more. Lovely. Good, just beautiful, nice and relaxed. Again, if the breath is too much, don't worry about it, as long as you're breathing. I'm pretty happy with that. As long as that center's engaged. Last one, think of that corset. Stay up there if you're going to do the clams, but keep on going up and down if not. 4, 10, and down. 9, and down. Well done, guys. 8, 7, and lift that pelvic floor. So squeeze the back passage muscle, or I need a wee muscles. Let's draw them in for 4, 3, 2, big lift from the chest, 1, and gently down. Hand in front, push up. Fantastic. Okay, sweep the legs around to the other side. Restack. Whew, restack, restack. We're going to go level 2. So if you want to stay at level 1, do 1 more round at level 1. We're going to go to level 2, which is straight arm. So now the fingertips pointing straight away from us. The hand is in line with the bottom, which is in line with your feet. Tall chest. Now I really want it to be really like I'm a snob. I'm so posh for class. Posh Pilates is going to give you a good shoulder position. Breathe in, set the center, breathe out, lift, same thing, push hips forward a little bit, squeeze the bum, breathe in for the hold, and then gently come down again. Keep on going. Soften the elbow, as in a little bend, if you are pregnant, just to make sure that we're not putting too much pressure through those slightly softer points at the moment. So a little elbow bend, or if you're hypermobile, guys, if you've got any kind of hypermobile joints, or even if the elbow is a bit sore, just put a little tiny bend on that elbow, that's fine. Stay up there on the next one. If you want to put those clams in again, same clams, but at level 2 side bend, beautiful. 9 and down. 8, lift out of that chest. 7, 6, no neck issues, really floppy head. 5, 4, tuck the ribs in. 3, should make your abs work a bit harder. 2, 1, and down. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Sweep those legs around. Take your time, take your time. Last one on this side, guys. You're doing okay. Hands down. And lifting through that chest. Alrighty, alrighty. Hand, bum and feet in line, yeah. Double check. Snoggy chest, rib lift, breath in. Belly button locked and loaded. Breathe out to lift. Soften the elbow if you need. Down on the next breath out. Keep the chest lifted. I really want you to imagine like your shoulders and your earlobes have had a really huge row. Keep those shoulders and your earlobes as far apart as possible, especially when you're down here. Keep that neck beautifully long. Lift and lower. We're going to stay up on the next one for our clams. If you want to, soften the elbow for 10 lift, 9. But you're just going up and down. If you don't want to put these clams in, it's too much on the elbow, hips, neck, whatever it is, just go up and down. It's cool. Mixed ability, yeah? No pressure here, guys. 3 more. 2, 1. And then separately go down. Gorgeous. Okay, fantastic. Going on to 4.0. We're going to tuck our toes under. We're going to just sit back onto the heels. We're going to slide the hands back. We're going to tuck the chin in, roll up, and come back to standing. Okay. Back into the middle of our mats. Couple of shoulder rolls when we get there. Loosen off that neck that's just worked. Pull the shoulders back in there, and then just turn the head 2 and 1. Sweep it along 2 and 1. Again, just loosening off what we've just worked and relax. I'm afraid I'm going to have to do it. It is so boiling today. The t-shirt's coming off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have pre-planned that a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some exercises that you kind of know and love on your back. We're going to modify them to standing. So I said I was going to do it just for the pregnancy, but you know what? Let's all get involved today. Let's all try and make something a bit different. So we're going to go for hundreds standing. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go slide on to show you. So what we do our hundreds is our arm pulses, yeah, and working in our centre. So let's get a bit of a harder position to get into. So shoulders pulled back and down. We're going to soften the knees and we're going to hinge at the hip, just like we do in our swimming exercise. Lifting that belly. So because the belly's kind of got this gravity dangle, you know, it wants to kind of be baggy here, lift up. And the ribs, lift them up second. So it might feel like your upper back's a bit rounded, but that's okay here. We're drawing in and shortening that rib to pubic bone. Now again, even standing here, we'll challenge the hamstring length and your back position. What we're going to do, lengthening through the back and neck, so you're looking at the end of your mat, is pull the shoulders back and hands behind you and start to pulse. So this is going to be our hundreds level 1. We're going to breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. And every time you breathe out, we're just going to try to exaggerate that belly button lift, that kind of hammock belly lift, the ribs tucking in, and especially that pelvic floor lifting. But give those shoulder blades a bit of a workout as well. Let's reach those fingers behind us again, so we're stretching the shoulders and the earlobes away from each other. Do one more breath in and out, and then just squeeze the bum and gently stand up. Should be quite easy, but it's definitely a challenge to hold this position. Let's go to level 2. So we're just making that balance harder. So soften the knees, hinge at the hip, shoulders back and down, rock the weight onto one foot, and just lift into a little tippy toe in front of us. Now, most of you already need to go straight to level 3, which is actually lift and flex that foot as well. So nothing changed when you lifted that toe off the floor, but you can always tap down if you need to. Now hold it there and pulse. We have 5 breaths, okay? So your time, you're going to breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly 5 times, but basically you're not allowed to move. You've got to keep that pelvic floor lifted. No wobbling, no bouncing. Keep the knees soft, keep the knees strong. And when you've done your 5th breath in and out, with those gentle pulses, normal speed for what you would be doing as a normal 100s, you're just going to stand yourself up. Okay, good. Hips should be starting to feel it. Shoulders should be starting to feel it. Let's go to the other side. Shoulders back. Soft knees. Hinge at the hip. Rock the weight across the other side. Tippy toe. Lift the center. Lift the ribs, guys. If you want to, flex the ankle. Nothing should have moved. Start the pulses. So we are just really challenging our balance, challenging our posture here. Breathing in and breathing out. It's just real slow breath. As that knee lifts, again, we're not moving that lower back position. We've got a beautiful neutral pelvis still in. If you find the lower back tucking, start again. Halfway between that beautiful forward and backwards tilt. Keep your breath going. 5th breath. Gently stand up. Relax, kind of shake it off a little bit. Lower back should be feeling nothing. Okay, really, really key. Lower back feeling nothing. Hands on hips. Shoulders rolled back and down. We're going to go for 1 leg circle in standing. Yeah, going to make it work for us. Okay, so just start very, very tall. Soldier shoulders. Beautiful posture. Okay, rock the weight up onto 1 foot. You still stayed very tall, you haven't leant across anywhere. And we're going to lift 1 leg up to standing. Now, if you're feeling a bit wobbly, you can just have your foot lower. That's fine. But we're going to try to keep your knee up at about hip height. If you need to go near a wall, just go near a wall. That's also not a problem. Now, we're going to imagine we've got a pencil stuck to our knee. We're going to draw some circles in front of us, about the size of like a side plate. So they're quite small. Now, as we're doing this circle, none of your body's allowed to go with it. You've got to now draw that belly button in, lock that beautiful tall posture. Try to get an inch taller, guys. Reverse the circle. So really keep those hips steady. I mean, even here in that screen, I can see myself just swaying from side to side. We're working a little bit harder to stabilize. Good. And foot down. Nice. Okay. Reset your posture. Rock the weight across to the other side. Float that foot up. And let's start again. Okay, good. So you'll find which side you're like your stronger side. Because you won't be so wobbly. You won't be all over the place. So really lift. Almost imagine you're trying to push that foot into the floor. So you're getting a little bit taller out of the back of that neck. Now reverse that circle. So we're keeping it really smooth, and no 50p pieces are allowed to be being drawn. Only circles are allowed to be being drawn. Last one and down. Okay, good. Okay, hips maybe are feeling it. That's fine, because we're obviously gripping quite a lot there. We're going to go level 2. We're all going to do it slightly differently. Hands on hips again. If your thumbs are sore, you can always put your hands in front, that's fine, but sometimes it just helps to kind of lock that body into a good position. What we're going to do is we're going to start with a straight leg, just taps out in front of us. So if you've kind of got very slippy socks on, very sticky socks on, or a sticky floor, you might want to just kind of get a little bit of a gentler surrounding. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a level 2A. So we're going to be tall. I'm going to get to glide that foot out, around and behind you without moving that pelvis, and then glide it back, around and in without moving that pelvis. So we're going to do 2 more of those. We do 3 in total. Gliding it out, gliding it around. Normal breath, just focusing on setting the center, no movement through the torso. Do it, foot back down again. Minimal movement when that second leg goes out again, so no dramatic changes. Gliding it out, gliding it in. Good, gliding it out, gliding it in. Relax the shoulders, guys, but get lovely length through the back of your neck. Lovely, 1 more. Gliding it out, gliding it in. and back. Now, if that's kind of quite challenging as a balance, just stay there. There's no point going up, just stay there. We're going to try and go a little bit deeper into that movement though, if you want to take it to level 2B, we'll call it. So get that leg out in front of you. So what we're going to do this time is, as that leg goes out wide, we're going to bend the other knee. Yeah. We're going to keep it bent and then straighten it when we get to the front again. Nice, okay. So bend the knee, glide it behind us. So the leg's almost going really far back. The lower you can get that knee down, the further back you can reach the other foot. And then glide it round and stand. Okay, let's go for 3 more. Let's do 5 in total. So breathing out, if we can want to put a breath on it. Breathing in, if you want to put a breath on it. Last one, let the body follow. Breathing out. Breathing in. Start again. Rejig your mat. Mine's all over the place. And let's go to 5 on the other side. So start just a straight leg out front, neutral pelvis, glide, bend the knee, reach the foot behind you, beautiful, curl it up and around. Keep on going. So that side on view, we're just gliding it around. Let the knee bend, reach that leg down behind us, circle it and straighten. 2 more, because you should go an extra one when I was faffing around changing position. But either way, 5 in total. Breathing out and breathing in. When you finish, give yourselves a very well-deserved toy soldier through those feet and ankles, because they've just done a lot of stability work. Just go up onto one tippy toe, pop it just behind you and stretch the toes out. Beautiful. Stretch the heel behind you, little calf stretch. Nice. Back to the centre, tippy toe the other foot, drop it just behind you, flex the toes. Good. And then just pop that heel down, bend in the front knee, little calf stretch. Last but not least, release those toes, tippy toe, scrunch the toes into flexion and just push that weight forward just for a couple of seconds. It's obviously quite a lot through your toes. And then back down. Other side, tippy toe, scrunch, push. Very nice, okay, good. And down, okie dokie. Nice and relaxed. If you are pregnant, you are going to stay in standing. Everyone else is going to go down to the floor. So I do want to do a little bit of work on the floor. So we're going to roll ourselves down. We're going to lay on our back. So if you are with little baby, you're sitting on your Swiss ball now. Everyone else laying on their back, head on a cushion. We're going to go double leg stretch. I'll show you level 1, but we're going to keep up our levels. So, beautiful crook line, heels close to the bottom, feet hip distance apart, hands up to the ceiling, palms facing each other, shoulders back and down. If you are seated, please float your hands to shoulder height. Level 1, circle the arms above the head, circle them round, just in line with the belly button, and straight line back over the head. So that's our arm movement. It's really gentle. If you are seated, it's the same circle, so just above the head, circle around, just below your belly button and start again. Let's get a leg in, ladies and gentlemen. As the arms go back, glide one leg away. Circle the arms and bring them back. As the arms glide away, the other leg goes. Circle them back. So this is just nice, gentle, level 1. If you are seated, you can do the arms and do a little float of those legs. I'll demonstrate shortly. Level 1. Now, keep on going. But guys, why are we doing this? Stabilizing here. So everybody, as we're doing this movement, squash your ribs into the floor. Draw your abdominal muscles in and lift that pelvic floor. So really shorten that distance down between your ribs and your pubic bone. Okay, keep that small gap under your lower back. Because as the arm and leg goes out, Your lower back wants to arch and your ribs want to lift, but you're not letting it. Let's force that beautiful position. Okay, stop there. Level 2 is one leg in tabletop. Same movement. We do 5 on one leg and then 5 on the other leg. Everyone else who wants to take it up further, separately, really engage those abdominals. Take the second leg, please, to tabletop. And we alternate legs. Breathing out and then breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. In fact, keep on going until I tell you otherwise. If you are seated and are still unsure, same arm movement. We're going to do that lovely glide of the foot. Glide it back in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Good. Okay, that's good. Breathing out. Breathing in. Keep on going. Whichever level you're doing, keep on going. I like you to do 4 more repetitions and then rest, either hugging your knees into your chest or flopping yourselves forward on that ball. And then everybody grab a quick drink. Filming today, obviously very hot, but generally it's nice to have a drink anyway, isn't it? Yes, yes, yes. Generally it's good to have a drink. Okay. Fantastic, guys. Right. Okay, last exercise here. All right, we're going to get the ball and pop it underneath our bottom. So shoulder bridge up. Pop the ball under your bottom and rest down. Okay, if you're seated, you're staying seated. Use your arms to support you on this one. We're going to go through hip twist, level 1 to level 4, and you're going to pick the level that's right for you. So arms really pressed firmly into the floor, shoulders pulled back and down. Hips have got to stay level. So we're going to imagine our hip bones are in a spirit level. Bubble stays in the middle as you let one knee gently roll out to the side. You stop when you feel the hips start to drop or turn, and then gently pull it back in again. So we're going to alternate that knee fall out, breathing out and breathing in. So leg goes out, breath goes out, leg comes in, breath comes in. Again, if it's too much on the breath, don't worry about it. Just set the center. Ribs stay soft, i.e. a little bit tucked towards the floor, and pelvic floor stays lovely and lifted. So that's our level 1. We're going to go up a level, so single leg tabletop. Same movement with the knee. The foot this time follows out and in. Same leg 4 more times. Breathing out and breathing in. And then switch the legs over when you are done. If you are seated, hands on hips, we're going to go fall out of the knee and in without turning and wobbling ourselves around. So maintaining a beautiful posture. Roll the knee out, roll the knee in, and if you want to take it up a level, take the foot just off the floor, turn the knee out, turn the knee in, before you put the foot back down again. Actually, it's very wobbly knee there. So floating the foot, taking it out, taking it in, and then putting the foot down. Fantastic. So guys, if you're laying on your back, you should be on your second side. 5 of those hip twists on each side. Foot and knee follow. Hips must stay level, guys, must stay level. Otherwise, you are absolutely missing the point of this beautiful exercise, strengthening that oblique line of your tummy. Even though it looks like a leg movement, it's all about the abs here. And if that's okay, rest. We're going to go up and 1 more level, but obviously stick at the level that's right for you. 1 leg at a time into double leg tabletop. And this time for 10, you alternate that leg movement. Breathing out to let the knee fall out, breathing in to bring it back. And again, we're just paying attention, guys. What's our bum doing on that ball? If we are tipping ourselves around, you'll feel that weight shift on the ball, and you've got to work a little bit harder, please, to not do that, okay? We've really got to try to keep that beautiful level hip position, and don't be afraid to use the hands to do that on this one. I really want us to get the stability through those abdominal muscles. So press the ribs to the floor, one leg at a time, guys. Once you've done 10, drop one leg down at a time. Lift the bottom, squeezing the bum cheeks as you go. Take the ball out and roll yourself back down again. Beautiful. Now we're all going to go back onto our sides. So roll ourselves over if you are on your back, and lower yourself gently to the floor if you are in seated position. We're going to get a nice long underarm, pillow, cushion, block, whatever it is, underneath your ear in line. Okay, so getting that beautiful alignment of the chin to breastbone. We're going to straighten both of those legs out. Lovely. Hand in front of the belly button, shoulder, that top shoulder, pull it back and down. Lengthen through that top hip. Soften the waist and float the top leg up to about hip height, maybe a teensy bit higher. So that's our start position. We're going to use that hands now, but fingertips only in front of us to help us stabilize, because we're going to lift that under leg up, thighs touching. Don't just turn your toes. Let's get straight feet, lift the thigh, and then lower just the bottom leg. So lift the bottom leg, holding it for a breath in or just a pause, and then lowering that bottom leg. And let's go for just a nice few rounds. This space takes for 30 more seconds, shall we? We're lifting nice and gently, holding that pause before we lower. Now keep that top leg long. If you feel it in your waist, you've probably kind of lost that nice length position, which means you're actually using your back muscles to do this movement, which is not really ideal. So let's lift, pause, and lower. One more time, taking us up to a kind of maximum 45 seconds, and then drop that leg down. Fantastic. Good. Okay, take that top knee up and just drop it in front of us. So really wherever it's comfortable. Okay, foot and knee in front of us. Again, if the bump is a little bit in the way, just put the knee maybe a little bit lower. But basically, I want to be beautifully stable, all that weight kind of resting on that thigh. I'm going to flex the bottom ankle, straightening that leg out. Now, please try with that flexed ankle to have your heel on the floor. And this might be a measure of how stiff your hip is, but try to have your bottom heel on the floor behind you. So when we do our lift now and lower, we're going to lower back down on that hip. So hand can be wherever it wants to. Lift and lower. 8 more. 8, 7, 6. Draw that center in. Don't ignore that center. Just because we're stable with the leg doesn't mean we can not be doing a lot of work through our tummy. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it up then, please. Point that toe. Circles. So it's going to be 5, 4. Beautiful, guys. 3. Relax the neck and shoulders. 2, 1. Reverse that circle. Last bit. 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. 1 and done. Gorgeous. Okay. Push yourselves up to seated slowly. Lovely jubbly. Roll those legs across to the side. Straighten out the underarm. Pop the block in beneath. Fantastic. And straighten out those legs. Okie dokie. Hand in front. Top leg extended. Rib cage tucked in. Really tuck that rib back. Yeah, fantastic. Top leg lift just to hip height. 45 seconds. Let's go. Lift, pause, and lower. If you're wondering why I said 45 seconds on this side but 30 on the other side, it's because I waffled. for about 15 seconds before I said 30 seconds on the other side. I promise. Good. Lift, pause, lower. Guys, keep those toes pointed. It's really easy to cheat and kind of turn the toes in and do a bit of this. Thigh lift, hold, thigh lower, hold. Fantastic, good. Keep going. Lovely. I'm on the clock, I promise. I am paying attention. Lift. Last one for that. Yeah, okay, lift, hold, lower, and that top leg. Beautiful. Keep that length through the top waist, and then just tuck the knee up and then drop it in front. Fantastic. So we're lovely and stable, but don't lose that tuck in of the ribs. Flex the bottom ankle. Make sure that bottom heel is on the floor. 10, lift, lower. 9 and down. 8 and down. 7, 6, 5, good. 4, 3, 2, try and heel to touch each time. 1, and point that toe. Center, re-engage. If you've lost it, 5 circles. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse push. My circles are definitely looking like 50 pence pieces. As I'm getting tired, try to make it really smooth if you can. 2, 1, and rest. Excellent, guys. Stretching out. We're going to go up to 4-point kneel. So tucking ourselves around. Okay, so it's a modified exercise we've done before. Okay, probably done before. It's a one-leg kick. Normally we do it laying on our tummies, but again, just mixing it up, we're going to go 4-point kneel today. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and lift that rib cage a couple of inches higher, drawing in that belly button and pulling in that pelvic floor. Have a beautiful long neck, lifting the back, the crown of the head up to the ceiling. So we're going to do this. We're going to flap our heel towards our bum 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then put our foot down. That's it. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, and foot down. And we're going to keep on doing that without moving anything of the rest of the body. So we're just starting to get the hamstrings kicking. That's it to begin with. Just getting the hamstrings kicking. 2 and 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's level 1. That's quite easy, but stick there if you're unsure. Level 2. Same 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3. But on that third one, you're going to straighten the leg out behind you before you glide it back in. Nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Straight kick. Glide it back in. 1, 2, 3. Straight kick. Glide it back in. Let's keep going. Breathe out through the 3 kicks. Breathe in to stretch. Starting again. Nice. Okay, breathing out. Again, don't worry about the breath. If it's just a bit too much, work on keeping the shoulders lifted. The shoulders dropped away from the ear. The belly button high. And just keep everything really strong. Let's do one more to each side. Just one more to each side. Flick and stretch. 1, 2, 3. Stretch and down. Okay, get the ball again. We're going to keep on this hamstring theme. Okay, pop that ball behind the knee of one side and then flex the ankle on that side. And that should just kind of squeeze the ball in without having to work too hard to begin with. Now, if the wrists are sore or the elbows are sore, you can drop to your elbows on this one. That's fine. Whichever position you do, lift the ribs and float the heel up to the ceiling. You stop when you feel the back start to dip. You've got to keep that chest nice and high before you tap the knee back down again. 9 more. Lift and lower. Now, if your hamstrings are a bit crampy, you're not just not comfortable with that ball there, just drop the ball. Just drop the ball and do those bent knee lifts. Keep the ankle flexed though, that'll protect the knee. And all you're doing is moving through this range without dropping and wobbling the torso as well. Just the leg that's going. 2 and 1. Point the toe, foot down the ball, flop. Just sit back gently. Switch the ball over. Flex the other ankle. Again, just to keep the ball tight. Lift the ribs. Reset that belly button and pull in through that pelvic floor. Soften the elbows if you need to. Lift the heel. Lower. Just retest that lower back position. 9. 8. 7. Keep that nice, easy breath pattern going. Squeeze the ball if you want to make it a bit more hamstring dominant. Just don't go to cramp. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Get rid of the ball. Take the knees as wide as you need to be able to sit back into a lovely child pose stretch. Beautiful rest. Some of you may not get all the way down, doesn't matter. As long as you're rested, we are good to go. Walk those hands forward a little bit more and press through those hands. That will open up that stretch in that shoulder a little bit more if you press through those hands. Come back up gently to 4-point kneel. Bring those knees back. We're going to do 3 cat stretches to start off our cool down. 2, a backwards tilt of the pelvis, tucking the chin into the chest and floating the rib cage right up to the ceiling. Breathe in to hold and then gently lower down. Just drop a little bit into that back. I'm feeling speaking confident today. You can drop that back. Roll it up. Breathe in to hold. Everybody definitely do that this time. Breathe out to lower. Last one. Roll ourselves up. Lower ourselves down and tuck the toes back. Sit back on those toes. Quick additional stretch. I know you've already done one, but let's just do a little bit more. Sit back on those heels. Okay, we're going to do a little stretch here. We're going to call it, it's called a sprinter stretch. You'll probably see why in a minute. What we're doing is, hands just in front of you. We're going to put one foot in front of us. So one foot here is flat to the floor, yeah? See that? Lovely. Now we're going to take the hands in line with the foot. We're going to just rock the weight forward and lift into, think you're like half a sprinter, Usain Bolt. Extra stretch through that hamstring before we lower ourselves down again. Yeah, nice. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift. Drop the chin. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, reset. Now keep on going. If it's too much, bumps in the way, your knees don't like it, just go to a hamstring stretch. No pressure to do the sprinter stretch. It's just to open up those hamstrings. Switch the legs over. So if you're on the floor, the other foot goes flat out in front of you. Hands in under the foot, chin tucks in. Lift on the breath out. Hold for the breath in. Lower on the breath out. And reset on the breath in. Either way, if you're in standing, again, it's just that nice stretched out leg in front of you. If you've got to put your hands on something, place them on the bent knee. 2 more breaths or 2 more repetitions, whichever level or whichever stretch version that you're doing. And then come all the way to a beautiful stand when you're done. Lovely, okay. We're going to go slightly wide stance. Turn toes up 1 and 2. Little quarter turn on those toes. Good, we're going to take the hands up, shoulder height. We're basically going to really stretch through this front panel by opening up the arm, turning and looking behind us as that front arm now stretches the opposite way. And then bring it back in together again. Good, so one thing at a time. Hand goes back first. Gaze goes back second. In front hand reaches back third. Bring it back to the middle. One more time. Hand, gaze, extra stretch. Turn the pelvis to this time. Bring it back. Gorgeous, guys. Hand, gaze, other arm, hip turns back as well. Breathe in. Bring it back. Hands on hips. Good. Soften through the knees. Rock the weight across. Lift the belly button. Backward tilt to the pelvis. Let's just finish with a little glute work. 10 taps. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the heel down. Bend both those knees. Shoot the weight across. Hold. Pointy toe. 10, 9, 8. Now lift that pelvic floor. Really pull in those I need a wee muscles. 3, 2, 1. Back through and stand up. Good. Okay, all the way together. Interlace those fingers, drop the palms forward and roll those shoulders forward. Stretch up, looking down at the floor. Hold for the breath in. Breathe out to look up at the ceiling with those hands as well. Breathe in to hold, squeeze the bum. Breathe out, circle. Okay, a little quicker on this one. Roll down, roll forward, look up, look at the ceiling, breathe in. Breathe out, circle. 2 more. Okay, looking at the floor, looking forward, looking at the ceiling, circling the arms. 1 more. Look at the floor, roll the shoulders forward. Circle and stretch forward, look up, look at the ceiling, breathe in, breathe out, down. Fantastic, guys. Turn the toes out, turn the heels out. Soften the knees and sink into a mermaid stretch. Look up. Stand up, straightening those knees. So bend the knees, side bend, stroke up the waist, tickle your own armpit before you reach to the ceiling. Squeeze the bum to stand up. Breathe in to look up. Breathe out to stand up. 3 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Roll down, chin to chest. Shoulders forward. Sinking through. Hold it at the bottom. Hold onto your own ankles. Sway your bum to the left. Sway your bum to the right. 2 more times. Little hamstring stretch. Change the back stability. Now take the hands to the side and swing your bum. Take your hands to the side and swing your bum, holding onto the leg if you can't get that low. 2 more. If you're feeling dizzy or woozy, stand up. Come back to the middle. Hands on your shins. Walk your hands up. Soften the knees. Walk your hands up. Walk your hands up. Walk your hands up. Find that balance. And stand up. Gorgeous. Okay, 2 shoulder rolls. Breathing in and breathing out. Last one. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 full arm circles. Breathing in and breathing. Let that rib lift. 1 shoulder up and back. Other shoulder, just the arm and back. Arm up. Turn the body. Swing it round. Other side. Lift the arm up. Turn the body. Swing it round. Both arms lift and circle, hands on hips. Beautiful. Just set those feet hip distance apart. Lift the inner arches up. Tense those thigh muscles, then relax them. Let the kneecaps flop in front of you. Rock the weight forward, rock the weight back. Pelvic tilts. 3, 2, 1. Find the halfway point. Set the center, lift that pelvic floor. Draw that belly button in, soften the rib cage down, widen those collarbones, lengthen through the back of the neck, just bringing that chin in ever so slightly. Squeeze that sit bone, pull up those back passage muscles, and breathe in and hold them there for 2 breaths. So squeeze that pelvic floor. Last breath in and breath out. And relax. Well done, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that one. Fantastic. Thank you.